Let me jump right in. Time skips in anime are something special. I have never seen a time skip that didn't have me absolutely hype. My first time experiencing a time skip growing up was in Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z. The beginning of the 23rd Budokai Tenkaichi was unbelievably hype as I got to witness an older Goku preparing to face off against Piccolo Jr. And then the surprise from the jump between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z when we find out Goku has both a kid and a brother. My little mind couldn't take it. That isn't mentioning how absolutely excited I was for Naruto Shippuden and post-time skip One Piece. And the trend is still going on to this day, as there was recently one in Eden Zero. I personally have only watched the first season of that, but that's just because I have a rough relationship with Hiro Mishima's work. I am in no way a fairy tale hater. I don't think it's bad at all. I just can't get into it, and it's a trend that sticks with me for most of his work. I don't think it's bad, it just isn't particularly interesting to me either. The only one I ever had any real interest in was Rave Master, and I was much younger at that point. But anyway, so let's get to the point. What makes time skip so special? So amazing? Well, at this point, it's conditioning. It's the expectation with time and growing up. Everyone always says it doesn't happen overnight or it takes time to get good at something. So when you put us in a world with ninjas, pirates, or aliens that are already strong, and then you say, hey, at this point, it's 3 years later and there's been a lot of training, not only do we want to see what our characters look like all grown up, but we want to see just how much stronger they have become. And most of these series don't skip on showing that. Let's not forget to mention that this isn't something that you can really see in any other media besides anime and cartoons. I mean, if people were to do this in live action shows, they would have to either put the show off for 3 years or just completely recast the characters as someone older. Depending. Of course, they could just, make them look a little bit older and it would be fine, but I mean, it just wouldn't be as proficient as it is with anime. But let's talk about two different examples. The time skip into Naruto Shippuden starts with a large panel or scene dedicated to showing off our favorite ninja on the top of the world. It takes time showing the characters and how their design has changed with age, and then we get to take it all back to the beginning, as Kakashi has another bell test, and we get to see just how much Naruto and Sakura have grown. Then you have One Piece that stays away from focusing on our characters after the time skip, only showing small glimpses of our now grown-up characters, little hints to their design here and there, until finally they are revealed with a focus on our main character Luffy, displaying just how much he's grown. And in my opinion, this was done perfectly. Instead of the Naruto approach where they were taken back to their first test, One Piece opts for showing our main character facing off against the strongest foe that the Straw Hats had faced up until the point before the time skip, but multiplied. And he easily dispatches them in one of the most unbelievably hype moments in anime history. The art of time skips is something that allows rapid growth of characters to happen in a week's time. 1 week, the characters are 13, the next week, they're 16. We go from following the adventures of a bunch of teenagers to grown adults. And this isn't specifically referring to One Piece. I know how old Robin is. But it allows for a significant power increase in most characters in the series, as well as maturing the content in which we intake, which is why it's so easy to grow up with these characters. They typically age like 1 year every 2 years of the story running. So after a story is going on for about 4 years, the characters only age from 14 to 16. Meanwhile, the viewer, who if we assume started it at the same age, is now 18. And then bam, time skip. And now the characters we're watching are 19 and they're more relatable to the people who grew up with them now. It's a system that works and has been proven to work time and time again.